What if choosing yourself isn't selfish, but morally necessary? And I know that might sound dramatic at first because most of us weren't raised to think that way. A lot of women were taught that being good means being available. Be patient, understanding, forgiving, flexible, supportive. Be the soft place. Be the one who knows everybody's needs before they even have to say them out loud. And after a while, you don't even call that self-abandonment. You call it love. You call it marriage. You call it motherhood. You call it being a good daughter, a good wife, a good woman, a good Christian, a good person. And listen, care is beautiful. I don't want to live in a world where nobody sacrifices, nobody considers anybody else, and everybody's just out here confusing boundaries with, I don't know anybody, anything. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a difference between love that asks you to stretch and love that keeps asking you to disappear. And I think a lot of women know exactly what that feels like. You shrink the need so nobody gets uncomfortable. You swallow the disappointment because it's not a good time. You soften the truth because he's already stressed. You keep the peace because the kids are watching. You carry the resentment quietly because bringing it up would make the whole room heavy. Then one day, your body starts telling on your ass. You're tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. You're angry over small things because the big things still don't have anywhere to go. You don't feel like yourself, but everybody else is comfortable. So the system keeps calling that success. That's the part I want us to start questioning. Because if a whole family can only function when one woman keeps betraying herself, is that really peace? Or is that just everybody benefiting from her silence? And here's the part that might get a little spicy. A lot of men aren't raised with the same level of guilt around choosing themselves. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. They're usually raised to think about their goals first, their rest, their career, their comfort, their dreams, their time, their hobbies, their needs. That doesn't mean every man is selfish. Don't start. But a lot of men are given more permission to be centered in their own lives. Meanwhile, a lot of women are praised for making everybody else's life work better. And then we wonder why marriage can become so uneven. One person was taught to ask, what do I want? The other was taught to ask, what does everybody else need from me? That's not a small difference. That difference alone can make a relationship uneven before either person even realizes it. So when a woman finally starts choosing herself, people can get real uncomfortable because now the person who used to absorb every damn thing has boundaries. The person who used to make it work is asking, but does this work for me? The person who used to be grateful for crumbs is looking at the plate like, actually, I'm still hungry. And suddenly she's selfish. She's changed. She's cold. She's too independent. She's not trying hard enough. No, babe. Sometimes she's no longer willing to be the emotional infrastructure for everybody else's comfort. And that's where I think choosing yourself can become morally necessary, because there's nothing noble about becoming resentful, depleted, dishonest, and spiritually ragged just so other people don't have to face what your honesty will require of them. There's nothing loving about teaching your children that love means one person has to disappear. There's nothing sacred about keeping a marriage together by abandoning the woman inside it. At some point, choosing yourself isn't just about getting what you want. It's about refusing to keep participating in a lie. The lie that you're fine. The lie that this doesn't hurt. The lie that your needs are extra. The lie that being easy to live with is the same as being loved well. And I think that's the part that scares people. Because when a woman chooses herself, she doesn't just disrupt her own life. She disrupts the system that was using her selflessness as a resource. Now, everybody has to adjust. Everybody has to feel the weight she was carrying. Now, the people who call her strong have to ask whether they were admiring her or outsourcing to her. And listen, that's an awkward staff meeting, ain't it? But it's necessary, because choosing yourself doesn't mean you stop caring. It means your care finally includes you. It means you stop confusing exhaustion with devotion. You stop treating your own needs like a threat to everybody else's peace. It means you tell the truth before your body has to scream it. Maybe choosing yourself is how you stop teaching everybody around you that your disappearance is the price of their comfort.